it's Katie, and welcome to my humble abode that is HelloKaty here on the internet. I feel like I say greetings internet so much I might as well just get it tattooed somewhere or something, but maybe I won't do that. Mom, if you're watching this, which I know you are because you religiously creep my videos, I'm not actually getting a tattoo. So today's video is something I'd like to call Katie Pretends to be Oprah Winfrey. Okay, this isn't really like a Q&A because Q&As are typically like very fun, very like weird freaking things that you guys want to know about me, but today I'm answering your questions about yourselves. I'm actually going to my Tumblr feed today, which I recently changed my Tumblr. That's a new one. I changed my URL on Tumblr because, I don't know, my other one was just getting a little bit old and I wanted to make it something that is easier for you guys to find and whatnot, so I changed it to my full name, which is katiebelotti.tumblr.com. So definitely drop a follow if you wanna. If you don't wanna, that's totally fine. I feel it if it doesn't match your theme at all. Like, you know, I know like there's the pale grunge or whatever and the black and white and whatnot, and I kind of been all over the place. If there's a funny GIF or GIF, sorry to creator of GIF. If there's a funny GIF, I'm gonna reblog it even if it doesn't match my theme. So anyway, feel free to follow me. You don't have to. Tumblr is a magical place because you can ask people things over cyberspace with the privilege or the option of being anonymous, which is really cool. So a lot of you guys have been anonymously asking me questions on my Tumblr feed in my ask box because I take any question you guys want to ask me, and for the most part I try my best to answer them. I'm going to answer as many questions as I can and give my not so expert advice on several different subjects because I haven't read these questions beforehand. I have no idea what we're going to delve into today. So let's get cracking. Okay, intro is officially like 8 minutes long. I'm sorry. My best friend and my only friend at college is transferring because her scholarship was taken away and I don't know what to do. I feel so lost and confused, and I know your friend transferred too. How do you cope with it? So as a lot of you guys know who follow me, whoa, hair flip, hello. I have a friend named Allegra who actually, she did go to the school that I go to currently, but she decided that it wasn't the best fit for her and she's, you know, off doing better things for herself. But that meant that she had to leave the school that I'm at right now, and ultimately we do not live in the same state or the same vicinity at all anymore, and it was very sad for me. Allegra's probably watching this video. Hi Allegra, don't cry, please don't cry. There's very few people on this earth that, you know, you meet and you truly connect with on a level that you're like, wow. The people you meet in this life, every single person you meet, the good and the bad, you meet for a reason, and there is, you know, a lesson or something to be gained from every single person that you meet. And Allegra is no exception to that. I think meeting her was something that really benefited me on so many levels. She's a great friend, and yes, I'm sad that she's not here anymore. I ultimately think that yes, it's a really terrible situation that happened, that I met someone so great and she ultimately decided that, you know, her life was destined to be on another path. You know, it is a really sad thing, but to dwell in it is just unnecessary because I think that, you know, meeting her was so great, and, you know, the time that we spent together was so great. It would be really dumb of me and to you, you know, to dwell on it too much. Like, yes, it's okay to be sad, and, you know, it's okay to not be okay all the time, and I harp on that all the time. It is okay to be emotional, to have sad days, to, you know, have those sort of moments happen to you where you feel like the world is crashing down. That's a normal thing. It's very normal. Since she's left, I've focused a lot of my energy on the things that make me feel good, and I've been coping with it just on my own and having a lot of me time, because I feel like when you go from spending time with a single person like every single day, yes, it does take a toll on you when that person isn't there anymore. So yes, it's been hard, but know that it gets better with time. Everything happens for a reason, and I love her so much, and I know she's gonna do great things where she is right now, and that's all I can say about that. So yeah. So this person says, I have no motivation for getting up in the morning and I'm so sick of everything. My school and really just generally my life. I have an amazing family, so it isn't that, it's just everything else. I'm gonna start out by saying that this is such a normal, very common thing to feel, because, I mean, at least for me, I'm basing this all off personal experience and personal things, so granted, there might be a person out there who's happy all the time, but I have yet to meet that person. I completely 100% identify with this question, or this person. I have feelings like this all the time where I'm like laying in bed at night or, you know, waking up in the morning and I'm just so uninterested in my life and what my life has to offer. I'm so genuinely uninterested and I'm unmotivated to keep going. And I know that's kind of depressing and kind of sad to think about, But it's such a real thing. It's so real. Everyone feels this way sometimes. I'm sure even celebrities do. I have met the prettiest, most put together girls here on campus or in the YouTube community. I've met all of these people who seem like they have it all together and they're all that in a bag of chips and they have this perfect life, and they're feeling the same way. It's so normal to have that feeling where it's like, I could be doing something better with my life, or, you know, maybe if I was this or that, my life would be better. And, you know, we have this flaw in humanity of comparison. It's a flaw because we're constantly feeling like our lives are insignificant, and the only way that we can cure these feelings and to feel like our life has purpose is to do the things that we love to do. I think we collectively as teenagers need to stop conforming. You know, growing up, I lived in a town and in a family. I love my family dearly, but there was a lot of pressure for me to go into, you know, athletics. I got my first lacrosse stick when I was 6. You know, I couldn't even freaking stand upright, or I couldn't freaking tie my shoes, and I got a lacrosse stick. Like, yeah, I love my family, but there was a lot of pressure just where I was living, and just in life there's a lot of pressure to do certain things. And I was pressured to play lacrosse and to play sports, and, you know, the entire time I didn't want to be doing that. At first I thought, you know, maybe I could be good at this, maybe I could like playing lacrosse. It wasn't something that I liked to do. I felt like that was something that was just expected of me. Ultimately, you guys can tell, I stopped playing lacrosse and I made a YouTube channel, and it has been the best decision I've ever made. But if I had continued to conform to what society and my family and my community wanted me to do, then I can guarantee I would be such an unhappy person today, because, you know, yeah, sports are great for certain people, but it just wasn't something that was good for me. And you can apply this to so many situations. Say people are telling you you need to pursue being a doctor or going into business, but you really want to be a comm major. But, you know, a lot of people crap on comm majors because they think comm is like this thing that is an easy major. There are so many mini battles of this in my life personally, and I'm sure there's a ton in yours. You know, a lot of times we feel like we need to do things to please other people because it's just easier that way, and we don't have to explain ourselves. If you genuinely feel uninterested and unmotivated with your life, maybe it's because you're not doing the things that you love to do. Yeah, it's so much easier said than done, because you're gonna probably disappoint a lot of people in the process and ultimately do things that life says, you probably shouldn't do that. You know, there's gonna be road bumps, and I know it's kind of cliche, and it's definitely something that Oprah would say, so maybe I'm doing this thing right. If you're living your life doing the things you want to do and pursuing the things that you are genuinely interested in, it'll make you jump out of bed in the morning, you know, let alone walk out of bed or tumble out of bed. When I have unmotivated feelings and just, I don't know, when I'm sad and I just feel like I can't go on, I just try to, you know, I take a step back, I look at all my blessings in this life, because I have so many. Each and every single one of you is a blessing to me. So that was a very long answer to that question. So Anonymous says, how do you learn to love yourself, or at least start to learn? My anxiety is filled to the brim lately, and I want to break down at times. I'm not really sure what move to make anymore and to try and better my life. I'm just stuck and I can't move. Okay, so this kind of branches off the question I answered earlier about, there is the toilet flushing, did you hear that? I don't know. This kind of branches off the question I answered earlier about, you know, feeling unmotivated with your life. I'm going to expand on it because this one has to do with loving yourself, which is definitely an issue that I have dealt with, you know, constantly, especially being on the internet. I'm not going to put myself on a pedestal and say my life is terrible because I'm on the internet, because obviously I love you guys and I love what I do. But being on the internet and putting myself out there is kind of hard, because you do get those negative comments and the backlash of just, you know, things you say and opinions you throw out there. And, you know, in life you get that too. People aren't always going to love you, and ultimately that impacts how you feel about yourself, because if you get negative comments or negative energy thrown at you from people who just don't know what you're going through, it can really break you down, and it can make you feel just insignificant and terrible about yourself. Especially when we're teenagers and we don't really know what we're doing with our lives, and we don't know, you know, if we'll fail or if we'll succeed, you know, today, tomorrow, next week, in 5 years. Like, it's very uncertain for us right now, and it will be probably till we die. But I think that has a lot to do with us not loving ourselves, because, you know, the future is so hazy. We don't know, you know, are we making the right choices? Like, am I doing the right thing for my future self? Yes, it does also have to do with the tabloids and the, you know, the famous celebrities looking great on magazine covers, and, you know, seeing that girl walking down the street and thinking she looks perfect and I don't look perfect. It does have to do a lot with comparison. But at the end of the day, you need to love yourself before you expect anyone else to give you the time of day. And it's hard, because a lot of people will question your choices. You will get critics all the time. You know, I live my life making the certain choices I make, and I do the things that I love and that make me happy, and I get criticized every single day about my choices. But at the end of the day, screw them. Because I'm doing the things that I love, and I'm bettering myself. Even if you might not understand the ways that I better myself, I'm bettering myself. So answering this question, to learn how to love yourself, you have to abandon all the things that you have ever known about society, about how people view you. Because other people's opinions about you, they aren't your own. They're not your own opinions for a reason. As long as you are your best friend and you support yourself, you know, you can do no wrong in this world. Like, yes, you need friends. Okay, yeah, you need people. You can't just be a hermit and, you know, go off and do your own thing. I mean, I guess you can, but it won't be that fulfilling, I promise you. You need the love of other people. Humans are designed for love. You know, you can't bottle yourself up and completely shut yourself out of the world. But I think it's important to have alone time. I only have one shot at this life, so I might as well live it the way I want to. So you might as well love the skin you're in and love the person you are, because you know, you can't always rely on other people. As much as it's important that you have them in your life, you can't always rely on other people. And at the end of the day, you need to make your own choices, and you need to make your own decisions. And I feel like a lot of times people have an issue with this because they're so reliant on other people's opinions, and, you know, they're trying to, like, stay in this friend group and stay, you know, keep this persona they have, or this cool person persona, and they feel like the only way to do this is to make sure they have other people's approval all the time. You might as well be that other person that you're trying to fit in with. Like, you're not yourself and you're not different, and it's just a load of crap. So I guess that's a good answer to that question. It was like an 8-minute answer, but it is. So Anonymous asks, what is your favorite quote? I'm using this question as an opportunity to share a quote that I found today on Tumblr, because I don't really have a favorite quote. It really does fluctuate, and whenever I do have a new favorite quote, I tweet it. So definitely follow me on Twitter to see all those. It's a little poem sort of thing, and it says, "Don't you dare shrink yourself for someone else's comfort. Do not become small for people who refuse to grow." And that hit me so hard. Do you ever see those things on Tumblr or on Twitter or on Facebook or something? It takes you aback a minute because you're like, oh my god, this person just read my mind. This was something that I saw and I'm like, damn. I feel like so often I shrink myself down to better other people, because yes, I do care a lot about other people's feelings, not necessarily towards me, but I feel I do really care about others' well-being, and I really like satisfying other people, because I don't know if it's how I was raised or what, but I just genuinely care about other people, and I'm very trusting in other people, and I just feel like we should all be friends. We should all bake a cake full of rainbows and smiles, whatever that quote is from Mean Girls. And I honestly think it's just how I was raised, because my mom did an amazing job raising me, and she raised me to care about other people's feelings. But ultimately, it has come back to bite me in the butt, because I feel like I need to dumb myself down, I need to discount myself to help other people. But sometimes you need to realize that you can't keep setting yourself on fire to keep others warm. You need to stop destroying yourself and hurting yourself just to make other people feel better. Like, yes, it's great to sacrifice yourself for other people and sacrifice your time for other people and just do good deeds, but you can't do this all the time. You need to love yourself enough to know when things are getting out of hand. Other people do need your love and your affection and whatnot sometimes. Like, there are times when it's great to give someone a hug and, you know, to just help people and listen to them when they're sad and things like that. But you don't need to be that person's punching bag all the time, you know? That's terrible. It's gonna take a toll on you, and ultimately you're gonna be upset, and, you know, the chain just goes on and on. You know, if you start loving yourself and loving other people, you know, equally, I think that's the way to go. So I know this wasn't very long, and I hope that you guys aren't upset about that, because I did try to answer as many questions as I can in a decent amount of time. So if you want to see a continuation of this video, or just another version of this video, definitely give this video a nice big thumbs up, and comment below on what you guys would like me to talk about, because I love doing these videos where I just chat and, you know, there isn't anything else involved but me and you. So yeah, totally let me know what you thought of this video in the comments below. I pulled an Oprah today, and I hope you guys liked it. I tried to be Oprah. I was very inspired by Oprah. I just hope that Josh Peck doesn't hit me with his car, but yeah, pulled an Oprah today. Okay, yeah, hope you guys get that reference. So yeah, that was my video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all in my next one. So yeah, bye!